Hello there. Good morning. Welcome to today. I guess it's sort of morning still. Welcome to today's Daily Dominion. We have Seaside Prosperity here. The immediate stuff that jumps out, of course, is King's Court, Workers Village, or buy actions, whatever. There's a decent amount of draw. I mean, there's no trashing, but there is some duration draw, which helps with consistency, and then we have Faithful Hound and Vault. There are quite a few Faithful Hound synergies here, actually. So there's Vault, which discards cards for a benefit. There's Tide Pools, which you're forced to discard cards as a penalty. But Faithful Hound can interact with both of those in a positive way. And just generally draw, of course, is nice to have on a King's Court board. The money thing here won't be terrible. It's going to be a little underpowered, though. Just relative to the engine. It'll probably go decently quickly, but I think engine should win here pretty handily. The things enabling money are Lucky Coin, not Fool in particular, but Lucky Coin, which is our heirloom. I'll see it in the next hand, gives you silvers, and then Vault is decent for money, and Horde may be a reasonable pickup here. Denizen in theory should help the money a little bit too. If you miss 8 later on, you should buy Den. I mean, the AI won't do this probably correctly, right? It'll be this typical thing where the AI should be trying to get as many provinces as possible generally, because my deck will be fully capable of getting duchies once it goes. And so the AI will probably buy duchy when it should be buying like dens to guarantee province later on, but whatever. So I think Tide Pools is not terrible as a pickup, maybe just 2 copies of early in the game. Which isn't to say that I know that I want to open with it. And Smugglers is potentially good. I'm just not really sure the window. I'm inclined to think you take it closer to the end when the AI is maybe gaining duchies, and then you can smuggle duchies. During the build, I'm not confident enough to know what the AI is actually going to buy to think that we definitely want a Smugglers like early in the game. But anyway, I do feel like Tide Pools is reasonable here. I mean, the starting hands won't be just full of good cards typically. That you most of the time will have at least 2 cards that you don't really care about discarding. I'm gonna open Tide Pools. Bot also opens Tide Pools. We'll take the silver. I think we'll probably stop maybe at 2 silvers. Unless we get to a point where our draw is so good that we just don't care and we can add them back in at that point. But as far as the initial, and I'm not totally sure that's correct, and we probably will need to play it by ear a little bit. But and I guess part of it may be like if we want to hit a particular price point. So like here we can do this thing with the Hound and set it aside. We do need to buy a Workers Village or like Den of Sin. I mean, honestly, we need both, but the order of getting everything here is probably a little bit flexible, to be honest. The thing about the Den now is that the next hand has like 2 estates in it. It would be nice to maybe go a little further there and try and get the I mean, the thing is, if we buy Workers Village on the previous turn, we probably won't get it the next turn. Okay, Silver Pro. This is fine. We're gonna play it in. Like it leaves us with kind of a big shuffle, but get another King's Court. We're getting merchant ship. We can play. Okay, this is beautiful. This was quite fortunate to get king here. Okay, so we're gonna take a Den of Sin, and then I think a vault. Honestly, it could be another workers' village still. We'll try the vault. May not get to play it, but okay. So actually, here what we're gonna do. So you'd think, oh, we can discard the. I mean, it actually doesn't matter that much because either way, we can activate the Hounds. It truly doesn't matter because we're gonna king the vault. So we could have discarded the whatever's to this. Okay, so this is bad because we drew this stuff. We didn't find Den. I mean, what we wanted to find was Den of Sin, and we instead found King's Court and Workers' Village, which is what we absolutely didn't want to find. So now we have this, and which is terrible. So let's go another Workers' Village. It kind of would be better to have King's Court, to be honest, but okay. We're gonna king the. Let me think. This is a lot of the Hounds. The Hounds are clumped, which is weird, right? I mean, a bit weird. A bit unfortunate. Let's draw. Maybe we'll find 2 dens. Yeah, okay. Again, it would probably be better to get King's Court, but I really don't want more silvers at this stage. I could have gotten another Tide Pools. I'm still not like especially worried here about what's going down. At least at this point, I'm not. Okay. So let's set aside 1 faithful hound here. I don't know if we're gonna get stuck. Let's see. We've got 2 more faithful hounds. We can draw at least 6 more cards, even if we just play the. Even if we just do the workers' villages. And then that gets us to 10. We should be able to go down as low as. Well, the hound isn't getting discarded, but we should be able to do 5 safely. Then we're going to end up overdrawing a little bit here. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to say that this is worth because we're going to get another vault and a King's Court here. Maybe time to think about smugglers. Again, here we'll just discard estates. We can do the Hounds later if we decide to. They're like sort of, I mean, they have a merchant down, so they're getting closer to the point of having half VP. It's just that it's still going to take them at least like 3 turns to fully get there. We should at least think about a smugglers. The build has been a little bit slower than I would have hoped. But what can you do? I mean, we're gonna be like pretty close to quad here. I mean, we have 7 plus the 3 silvers, 3 or 4 silvers, maybe even at this point. 13. Can still draw quite a bit more. Let's see. Should we discard a little bit on this vault? I think we don't technically have to. But just to be on the safe side. It's interesting the AI is going down low here, which means they probably didn't have 8. Well, they definitely didn't have 8. They probably aren't getting 8 at this point. I mean, it's possible. 1, 2. So we get to play 5 actions tripled. 5 actions besides King's Court. So we have 1, 2. So we're going to play 3 more of these things. Should probably be a Workers' Village, a vault. And like a Hound. We could have discarded 1 more, it's looking like. But that's okay. So we're probably short a buck here. I'm not sure. We didn't play this exactly correct. We are at a tripled things though, so this is our last. So we're only going to draw 2 more cards. If we don't think we need more than 6 buys, we can just discard like this. We think 5 buys is sufficient for us, which I'm not sure. How much money do we have? 13, 19, 25. Probably not playing the coin. $25. Could be like double province. King's Court Smuggler's Hound. We have enough for that. 12 and 6, 20. That's 28. Maybe single province, King's Court Smugglers, Hound. I don't think we need more than 5 buys though. My conclusion. I'm a little worried that they do just have 8 in hand. Which is gonna make things a little awkward. We will have the tide pools back in deck, which is nice. I just really don't want to whiff. Oh no. So they were able to cycle around to 2 gold, which was basically their only way of getting there, but they did it, unfortunately. We're still okay. I mean, the problem is the smugglers is just completely useless unless they actually buy a duchy at some point. And if they have enough golds, which they only have 2 golds, so that was kind of their shot at it for this shuffle. So they probably can't hit province this next turn. You know, I say that, but we don't know. I don't actually have to take a province yet either, because 42 is still not half VP, right? There's still, this is kind of an important point, so I'll count it out just so people can see it. Most games you won't really want to or have to do this, but there are 21 duchy points, 29, 35 points left. If I get one province, right, you have 21, 29 plus 6, 35 points, assuming they get the other province. So 35, 9 is 44. So it's still enough to beat them. Even if they get the next province, if the next turn we can get all of the duchies, all the estates in the last province. Which, for this kind of deck, is possible. So, unless we have a win this turn, which would require buying 2 provinces, and like 2 provinces, 5 duchies, 1 estate, right? Yeah. And that's a lot of money. 16, 41, $43. We don't have that much money. So, what am I trying to say here? I also get to save the tide pools again for the next turn, which is okay. We now have 7. We add another. Every time you add a king's court, if you king them all, you add +2 to however many non-king's court things you can triple on your turn. So like this turn we'll have 7 terminal or 7 actions we can play tripled, and next turn we'll have 9 or 11 maybe, which will really up our money. But I'm trying to think through. I don't think we have whatever I said we needed, even with 7 tripled actions, that we can start discarding kind of aggressively with the vaults if we want to. Doesn't matter too much. So we have 4 more actions we can triple here. Maybe I should have again. I think I messed it up again already, but I can't. It won't let me go back. Well, let me go back to here. Okay, it did kind of let me go back. All right, cool. I gotta think. We played 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do 4 more. So one's gonna be a vault. One's gonna be a workers' village. One will be a faithful ant. So another workers' village. Anyway, we can discard quite a bit. Now this is our last. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 more. So we can get another workers' village kinged. And then we just do vault. We'll do this. We don't need to. So they've gone down to 4. I don't think there's a 4-card hand that provinces for them. They played their 2 golds. I don't think they have enough silvers. I don't think they have 4 silvers. Well, I guess they must have 4 silvers, but still it seems extremely unlikely that they would have them all. If they do, I guess we're just, out of luck. I didn't also count the money. We weren't. We could have had 3 more bucks. We weren't so far off the win this turn, but anyway, I think it's pretty important here to buy dens and like another king's court or two. We want to take probably some of the duchies. We could get another vault or full. I mean, honestly, Faithful Hound does about the same as vault. The real question is whether we're going to have enough buy also. Or a question. I don't know if it's a real question. Okay, yeah. So then this just totally sinks them, right? Because we get to do... And also do tide. We can king tide pools this turn since it's our last turn and doesn't matter. We get 3 duchies just for free, and now you can see already the score difference is not so big. How many of these do we have? 1, 3, 7, 9, 11. We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I'm counting this. It doesn't really matter. I want to get enough buys to empty everything. But I'm not positive we have enough money for that. I think we're at 1, 2, 3, 9. Yeah, so we get 2 more. So we could have discarded 3 more cards. We messed it up a little bit, but I don't think it did not cost us a gain of a green card though, so it was all fine in the end. I don't know. The build didn't go... I mean, I think we're never in any real danger, but the build was a little slower than I thought it would be. I think it's possible. Well, the tide pools did get us the king's court. Maybe you take workers village sooner. And you can also just bite the bullet and take... I mean, the thing is that the vault doesn't matter that much until you already have a little bit of consistency anyway. So, I'm not really sure. I didn't feel terrible about the choices. They seemed reasonable, but it was a little slower than I thought it should be. But it's definitely the kind of board where you can sort of take your time until the end. Alright, I'm not going to play this one over and over like I have been doing because I don't think there was all that much stuff to explore. I do think you could mess with the play build order a bit, but I don't have any real pressing need to do that. Maybe Workers Village earlier, maybe Vault earlier, but other than that, I think these are basically the cards you want to buy. And getting the order right. Again, it's going to be here. It's just going to be about probing what the RNG seed for this thing is. So I don't think it'll be that insightful. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Nice big, a little as a sort of an underpowered King's Court thing, just in comparison to what sometimes is possible. But it takes a while, but once it gets going, it does some nice stuff. So just slow because of the no trashing. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.